I'm Dudley.
And this is Deaf and Dumb.
This is Deaf and Dumb.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Welcome. How have you been?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm alright. Yeah. I just saw you not that long ago. I was down to hang out with you. And Rob.
Bro Rob. And Graham.
And our buddy Graham.
Uh-huh.
And, just, being a couple of cool dudes, doing cool dude stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were totally the coolest people around. There was nothing nerdy going on at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were playing D&D.
Yeah, we were totally playing D&D. We started a new 5th edition D&D campaign.
Yes.
Run by moi. Moi is the DM.
DM, Daniel May,
Yeah.
the DM.
Yeah,
DM.
Dan May, DM. Dan May,
Yeah.
DM.
DM.
DM squared.
DM the DM.
D&D squared. DM by DM squared.
This is getting really complicated.
No, it's not complicated. Not complicated. It's just it's Deaf and Dumb playing D&D with a DM Daniel May.
Okay.
Yeah, Deaf and Dumb playing D&D with Dungeon Master Dan May. Yep.
All right. Cool.
All right, we got that straightened out. All right.
Yes. Everyone on the same page.
Yeah. Did you enjoy the game that I presented to you and your compadres?
Yeah. It was a good game.
Yeah.
I had fun.
That's right. It was a good game.
It was an okay game.
Oh well.
I played better.
Who ran those better ones?
I don't know. Someone else.
No. Are you sure?
No, not at all. Yeah, we had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I surprised Graham and Robert with my character.
Yeah. It was kind of amusing because you have a history with not really making a character, like showing up with like technically a character sheet, but rarely did you have a name. Rarely did you put any thoughts other than what stats and the mechanical stuff you chose.
Yeah, that's basically how I played the game.
Yeah, and so when you showed up to the table, saying I have a name, they were just like, what?
Yeah, I actually gave my character
uncharacteristic.
Because y'all gave me such hell. Because I never name my characters, because I like to improvise and come up with just the stuff on the spot, and then kind of let things grow naturally, and see where they go. Usually I make up the name within like the first 30 minutes, but it's always like we're sitting at the table, and then, then we come up with the name.
Yeah.
It's a group effort, I think.
And it's funny because Graham was oh man, Dud here is playing an original character of his whole entire creation, of his own device. Because in the past, you either show up with no character really, or you show up with a clear ripoff of something else.
And I proceeded to disappoint Graham thoroughly.
Yes, because very slowly, like it wasn't initially until you described your character, and they slowly learned what he did it become apparent what the very recent inspiration to your character was. Yeah. And by recent, I mean recently seen by you and Graham. Not recent in creation.
a couple of weeks ago, me and Graham and his extended family went to the Alamo Draft House, and we were seeing a 35mm print of a film that we didn't know what it was, and when we were going to see it. It was like the special thing they did.
Yeah, like a mystery showing.
Yeah. And so this guy gets up there, and he's like, oh, we gotta, 35 millimeters dying. No one's using it anymore. It's a rare thing now, and we got to preserve the ones that do exist because it's a dying art. Yeah. And so he gave this 5-minute speech talking about this conservation of 35 millimeter prints and all this stuff, and then he goes, "So now we're gonna watch Beastmaster." Oh, my mistake. The Beastmaster.
Yeah, the Beastmaster. Because
and for our listeners
everything must be saved, Dudley. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah. And it's not bad. But it's not great either.
It's not. Would you call it good?
I would call it entertaining.
Okay, well that's important. I mean, I think a lot of people listen to this show and say it's not good, it's not great, it's not really bad, but I hope they're at least saying it's entertaining.
Yeah, that's what we strive for.
Yeah. It's nothing
not
else.
Factual, not accurate. Nothing else. Just
no journalistic integrity. No quality of any kind other than hopefully we make you laugh at some point in the last 57 episodes, hour-long episodes.
Yeah. So in this movie, The Beastmaster, there's a character,
the Master of Beasts,
who is named Dar. The Beastmaster.
Okay. The Master of the Beast.
And, well, we proceeded to watch the movie. I had never seen it. It was made in the 80s, and it's so bad. But I laughed all the way through it. And then, it kind of came a joke, and you were talking about doing this game, and I was like, what if I made a guy who thought he was a Beastmaster?
Uh-huh. And my first response was no.
No. You outright rejected it. You said no.
No, because I was attempting to make a serious game, and I still want a fairly, a serious story, at least.
Yes.
To come out of my D&D games. I put a lot of time and effort into this. I didn't want it to turn into one giant joke.
Yeah, of course.
But after I thought about it for a few days, I felt like it was wrong of me to stifle your desires, your creative inspirations. And so I came back and I said, you know what, if that's what you want to do, I will allow it.
Yep.
Because I know who I'm running this game for. We're kind of a silly group.
Yeah. We don't take it that seriously.
Yeah, and while we do get into the game pretty heavily, we don't take it super seriously. We do crack a lot of jokes. We do kind of mock each other a little bit. We do that's how we have fun. It's like we're taking it seriously and getting into playing our characters. Except for you. We do. Well, you
I'm
do.
offended.
You do it in your character. I think you get into your character in a different way than the rest of us do. I didn't mean to. That sounded harsher than I intended it to be.
Yeah. I was going to say. You hurt my feelings.
You don't have feelings.
I do. I keep them in a jar.
But we do have a lot of fun, and we do make a lot of jokes, and we're silly. We're a ridiculous group of people.
Yeah.
And have always been that way, I think.
Yeah.
And if you've listened to the show, I think you get a fair taste of just how ridiculous we can be.
Mm-hmm. I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And so just imagine that with, 4 people sitting around the table doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And,
in fact, I had played with the idea of recording the game, because, maybe to show on here, or maybe for a separate thing, or just for posterity. But I don't have the equipment to mic up 4 people, so and we all talk a lot, and we all, there's always conversations going on, and so I imagine, it would, with just a single table mic, the quality wouldn't be great. So I at least try. I do strive to do at least something that's not terrible to listen to. I know our quality has had some shakiness throughout this podcast, but
overall we've done well, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Some minor hiccups here and there, but
Speaking of quality, I'm talking into a cup right now.
Yeah, you're talking into a cup. Because, hold on, everyone. Listen to this thing. That tapping is Dudley's mic.
It's shock mount.
Shock mount. It's the mount for your mic.
Yes.
Which you left here.
Yeah.
Last week.
Yes. So if you follow me on Twitter, you can see the picture of what I'm using to talk into.
I thought it was quite funny.
It's a cup, a coffee cup, and the mic is sticking out of the top of it.
A paper coffee cup, not like a hearty, solid coffee cup, like a little paper coffee cup.
Yeah, which I cut a hole in and ran the cord through the XL.
I didn't know you went on. It makes sense now that I think about it. I didn't think about that. I thought it was just
that was the only way
it.
to make it work. Yeah, it's sitting in it, and it's got the XLR cable running through the bottom, and I had to cut a little hole in the bottom, or in the top of the cup for the cord to run out, so it wouldn't topple over.
Yeah.
So I'm quite pleased with my
So it's a permanent thing then? Since you made it with your own two hands? It's personal, it's yours?
No, I'm gonna throw it away as soon as I get my chalk mount back because I have to stoop a little bit to talk into this one. It's
like
a little low.
Hunch over. You do look kind of like a hunchback right now.
Yeah.
Hey, hunchback.
So hopefully it'll go well. If I don't pull the cable and knock the whole thing over, it'll be fine.
Yeah. Okay.
So if that happens somewhere in the show, that's what's happening. Because we're not going to edit it out.
Yeah, well, maybe. We'll see. It depends on how bad it is. We'll play it by ear.
Yeah.
I ran a D&D game. I hope it was fun. It seemed like everyone at least felt strong enough to lie to me and tell me that it was good, that they enjoyed it.
It was good. It was good, but it's always like, the first game, we all have new characters. We still, learning what those characters are and how they work, and then how we work with each other, and what our dynamic is.
Yeah, what the group dynamics are. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's always, and getting back, we haven't played in a while, and I haven't run a game in a while. Well, I ran one last summer, like while we were on vacation. I did a one-shot. But that was like the most I'd done in a while, and I hadn't done. And this was more of a serious, ongoing campaign idea. So I put a little more work into it, and I'm kind of I have a lot of ideas where I want it to go, and I'm really looking forward to running. In fact, I came up with some more ideas after the game. I kind of seeing where it's going. I have an idea of how I like the group to grow, and how I like the what kind of things I want to encounter. Things like this discussion was very much a standard, go to a small little dungeon, go, little interactions and a little bit of combat. You fought some goblins, and then I threw a few curveballs at y'all.
Yeah, like a gargoyle or two.
A pair of gargoyles.
Yeah.
A coupling of gargoyles. What do you call? What do you think the, you got a murder of crows. What do you think? I mean, I know two don't make, a murder of crows, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There's like the terms where like a gaggle of goose, a murder of crows. You've never heard these terms?
No.
Like,
I don't.
There are terms associated with certain creatures where if you have so many of them, they have a special word for what a group of them is called. It's like a flock of birds, but, instead of flock, each type of creature gets... You're messing with me, I think.
No, you're just making all this up right now.
I'm not making it up. Just like it's completely real, just like the horse's mantle. It is completely real.
The horse's mantle is not real.
Yes, it was.
It's not real.
And just for the record, as soon as we cut last time, you turned to me and said, "Is that what they're? Right? Is that what it's really called?" And I was just like, "Yes, I have one."
No, there was a moment of doubt. A very small moment of doubt because you had sold it so well, and I was like, "That," and I knew it wasn't, but I was like, I just had to ask.
I wanted it on the air, Dudley. Yeah. I wanted it on the air, but you wouldn't give it to me. But you did give it to me as soon as we stopped recording.
Yeah. But yeah, we had fun. I was the tank, so I was in the fight, and then Bro Rob and Graham were both squishy people on the outer.
Well,
so basically, I was taking all the damage.
Wearing armor. Rob had some good armor on him, so he wasn't too squishy, but he didn't have as much health as you did. He was playing an artificer.
Yeah.
You were playing a barbarian, right?
Yes, mine was a barbarian.
Yeah, but you had kind of given stuff to kind of point you in the route of the Beastmaster, or at least the semblance of a Beastmaster, whether he's actually a master of said beast or not.
It's still questionable. Remains to be seen.
remains to be seen. Rob was playing an artificer with basically a big magic sniper rifle thing.
With a giant cannon that he holds.
And he was a gnome. And Gramham was playing a wizard, which he has never played before, which I thought was surprising. It seemed like he surely had played a wizard at some point, but I guess not. He rarely. It's more often than not he plays paladins. He's played paladin. He played rangers before.
He tends to be martial based characters.
Yeah,
so,
it seemed like surely at some point he played. I'm sure he played a sorcerer, but he never. A wizard is kind of a little more complex, and you have to plan ahead. And I think that's kind of what he's looking for. He liked the idea of making a plan and setting up his spells and choosing what he wants to do. And wizards are a lot of fun. I've played wizards in the past.
I've never played one.
Never? Yeah,
no, I've never played one. I tend to go rogue, fighter, paladin, that kind. I like to be in the fight in a lot of ways.
I think what classes I've never played. I've played a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've ever played a cleric.
No.
I
played a bard once. I hated it.
I played a bard. I've played sorcerers. I've played wizards. I've played fighters. I love monks. Monks are the best.
Yeah, monks are fun.
Monks are probably one of my favorite class. If I if I don't know if I can't decide, I usually go monk, because monks I love them. They're my favorite. I've been my favorite since we've been playing 3.5. I enjoy the hell out of them. And
I almost went with a monk in this game before you told me that I could do the Beastmaster.
Oh, you would have made me very happy for you to play the monk. I love monks. I would have shown some favoritism.
Oh well, okay. I'm gonna go back and change.
No, too late. You're committed. You're committed to what was your character's name?
Dyer.
Dyer.
D-Y-R.
Dyer.
Dyer.
It's like die with an R. Dyer.
Yeah. Dyer.
Dyer.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't. Maybe a cleric. It seems like I had to have. I surely made a cleric at some point. Whether I got to play it or not, I don't know. I don't recall. But none jumped to mind. But I have played most classes at one point or another. I know I played a barbarian before. I know I played a paladin once. But I jump around a lot.
I've played a paladin a couple times.
Yeah, paladins can be fun. I've jumped around a lot. I like to change it up a lot. You know me, I don't stay in one place for too long if I can help it. So Graham was setting up playing a wizard, and he'd never played one before, and I was kind of like, vicariously I was like, man, wizards are fun. I like playing wizards. You got some benefit of him playing a wizard during the session, during the fighting of the gargoyles.
Yeah, he made me big.
He embiggened you.
He embiggened me.
Yeah, I believe the actual spell is called enlarge.
Yeah, he made me big.
Yeah,
which was kind of cool. So I got to do some extra damage because I was large instead of medium. And so that was cool. I can see this being a lot of fun. The dynamics seem to work pretty well in what the encounters we had so far. Because my guy is very just get in there and beat the hell out of somebody, and then get angry while doing it, and then the other two are like, oh, he's in the fight, and then they're kind of supporting me, and lobbing some attacks here and there as well. So it's good. I think it'll be a lot of fun as we grow as a team.
I think it's working pretty good. It seemed to go well. Y'all successfully bested the gargoyles. I beat up y'all now a little bit. And then y'all went on another errand, and you end up lost in the woods, despite your your best efforts.
Yeah, despite my natural given talent for wandering the woods, I got us lost.
Yeah. Because you were rolling a survival check
and I did
track because it was a storm. Y'all were in a storm, and I will admit the DC was fairly high.
Was it impossible?
But even then, no, it wasn't impossible. Even with your skill, it was if you rolled well, it was likely that you would be successful. But you didn't roll well, did you?
I did not roll well at all. I had some waves. I was either doing really well with my rolls, or I was doing really bad, and it was just up and down the whole way, which is the way it should be, really.
Yeah, that's how the nature of the dice. But so you rolled low, which made me very happy. Because then y'all were lost in the woods, and thus you stumbled into the traps that I had laid, a foggy ravine full of creatures.
Yeah, that were trying to turn us into stone.
Yeah, I threw some basilisks at you, which I was a little worried about. But I was a little. I couldn't decide if I was going to throw 1 or 2 at you, because they are CR challenge rating 3, and y'all are level 3, and I was like, I'm still like getting used to the system, and part of that first fight was kind of getting comfortable with how challenge ratings played in a fight, because I'm rusty, and I don't, looking at the numbers, I'm like, I think this will be okay, but I'm not 100% sure, so I was kind of doing some test fights with you guys to get back in the groove of it, and it seemed to have worked alright. I think I did okay. It seemed like it was challenging enough, but, it kept y'all on your toes, but, I didn't outright murder y'all.
Yeah. And it was fun. I think you had it just the right level. Like, I was almost near death in the first fight, but, it played out really well. It worked. We got by just as the skin of our teeth kind of thing.
Yeah.
And, which is kind of where you want to be if you want a nice, tense fight.
Yeah.
But
you
my character is just like, of course, my character, I'm kind of going with no matter how badly he's hurt or he's always fine.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Yeah. I know you were just like, they kept asking you, how are you doing on health? And you're like, oh yeah, he's fine. And they're like, well, how many you have? And you're like, I have 4. And I was just like, holy shit. They were like, what? And they started worrying. You're like, no, he's fine. He's cool.
No, he's good. He's fine. I literally said that, though. He was at 10, and then you hit me, and I was like, he's fine. And then he was at 7, and then he was at 4. I was like, no, he's fine. He can take 2 more hits. He's fine. And they were literally concerned with you. And then Dyer, after the big fight, he went off and had a night of drinking and probably brawling in a bar somewhere.
Yeah. The basilisks are fun. I enjoy creatures that come with some special little rules, because the basilisk can look at you and say, I basically try to turn you to stone, and then you have a choice. Like, it's really not hard. It's really not hard to avoid being turned to stone. You basically just have to avert your eyes. You close your eyes or turn away, but by doing so, you give up seeing where the basilisk is, and so you're like, I'm not looking at you, which completely kills any chance of you turning to stone, which is a really bad thing to do, really bad thing to happen, but you don't know where it is. So I enjoy stuff like that, and I fully intend to keep throwing things like that at you, which is kind of like the way D&D is, I think. At least my experience with it is coming up with fun things to make your players endure.
And overcome, as it were.
Overcome, yeah. I enjoy running a game. I really miss playing. I found myself going, man, I really want to play in a game. And I've been watching a lot of online D&D games. I know the Acquisitions Incorporated have a new series that started this week. Yeah. Where they have a second, or they call it the C Team. It's another team that Jerry Holkins of Penny Arcade. Jerry Holkins of Penny Arcade is running a D&D game that they live stream every Thursday. Just so if you're really cool about, if you really want to watch some 5th Ed D&D and from really funny people, it's all over. They have a website. I think it's AC Inc. It's ACQ-inc.com. The website's hilarious. You just got to go see it.
I heard about it, but I hadn't gone and checked it out. I thought it was just a continuation of what they had already did. I didn't realize it was a secondary team.
I mean, it is. It takes place in the same realm, and there's a lot of nods to it, to the other games, but you don't need to have known it. But that website's awesome now because everything's in one place now. Before, it was like you had the podcast over in one place, you had the live games they've been doing for years at the PAXs in another place, and then you had their series in another place, and they finally have a website where you can find everything, and it links to every place where you can watch all of it. So if you've never seen all of it, and you feel like going through hours and hours and hours and hours of material, it's all there in one little place to get to, which is awesome. But I've been watching it from the beginning, so I've pretty much seen all of it.
I've listened to the first 2 episodes, and I haven't caught up to it. So but I will. Now, once I get through some of the podcasts I'm listening to, I will definitely be listening to it.
Yeah, and it really, I was watching it and listening to it. I watched the PAX East live game earlier in the week, and just to kind of get me in the mood, and it kept, watching this stuff, and it's a lot of fun, and it keeps me wanting to play and wanting to run games. But yeah, so if you want to listen to some really fun stuff, I highly recommend doing that.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, let's get into some of the other stuff we played this week.
Since I was with you, I got to play some of that Zelda. Play some of that Breath of the Wild.
I took
Which
in
I've
been playing all weekend. So, very good, as always. There's one thing I want to talk about.
Savored the Wild.
There's one thing I want to talk about with Breath of the Wild, and that's specifically the Koroks.
Yeah, the Koroks.
If I'm saying right. Yeah, it's in the game. There are these things called Koroks, and they're these hidden
and the
creatures
seeds that they bear forth.
Yeah, they have seeds, Korok seeds, and you find them, and there's all these little mini puzzles throughout the whole game that you find them at, and I get so much joy out of finding them. The music it plays, and then solving the little puzzles. They're not always. They're most of the time real simple stuff. If anything at all, it's mostly like, oh, just pick this rock up, or roll this rock over there, and it's real simple stuff. But I get so much satisfaction out of doing it. And then that little music, little tune that plays, and then the little creature pops up, and you found me, and I'm like, it brings me joy. And then Graham told me that there are 900 of them in the game.
That's a lot. They're literally... But if you look at the side of the map, I mean, but they're still everywhere.
They're everywhere. I come across them all the time. And not even like I'm looking for them. I just find them all the time.
The place is infested with them.
Yeah. And it's funny because not all of them are even in the the guide for the game.
Oh, really?
Because there are so many of them, and they couldn't fit them on the map. Because some of them were really close to each other, and the resolution of the map, you couldn't separate them. So not all of them are there.
Wow.
So, yeah. And I think you only need,
half of them?
Not even that, to...
I think it's half of them to max out the benefits they give you.
From collecting them.
Yeah.
But, someone has already online found all 900 of them.
Of course someone has.
Yeah, which is ridiculous.
They have not slept since the Switch came out.
Wow. Yeah. But yeah, the Switch, it's just great.
I got to play it quite a bit, and I really enjoy it, and it just makes me want one even more. But luckily, I can't get one. There aren't any around. But it seems like more and more likely that I will get one, just because I need it more. I need more of the Wild, Dudley. But man, I was playing it a bunch while we were hanging out. You were working on your character, and I got to play it while you were doing that. And and I get such a strong Dark Souls vibe. I get a strong Shadow of the Colossus vibe because I'm climbing shit constantly. I'm climbing everything. I see mountain, I climb it. I see a big rock monster, I climb it. I was like, man, this game is amazing. And it's weird. It's like you can tell they were looking at other stuff, and they were really trying to bring a lot of new ideas and stuff to the franchise, and I think it's amazing and it's awesome. I love it.
It's really good,
Yeah.
and they scratch so many itches in the game.
Uh-huh.
And I barely got into it. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing most of the time. Like I get distracted all the time. I'm wandering over here, I wander over there, and then after a while I'm like, wait, what am I doing in this game?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to be be doing?
Am
I
I
feel
supposed
like I
to be
haven't done
saving
anything.
something?
Yeah, I'm like,
I get that same feeling, but I enjoy it. It's one of the things, like, I've played some games where it's like I get that feeling and I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, and it just makes me want to quit. It doesn't do that with this game.
No.
I go, I don't know what I'm doing, but that's okay. I'm just exploring. I know what my general goal is, but I'm fine just wandering, and I'm seeing where it leads me, and I'm constantly finding new things and hidden little things. The areas I've been to before, I go through again, and I see something I completely missed, and it's wonderful.
Yeah, and it's one of the things where I'm also testing the boundaries, so I'm like, go into one area and feel like, how far can I get into here before something big shows up and kills me? And then I'm like, back up, let's go this way now. And it's good. It's really good. So you were talking about getting a Switch. There's some good news on that front.
Yeah.
Nintendo has announced that they're doubling their production for from April on. So originally they were going to be like 8 million for the April to the beginning of next year.
Yeah.
Now there's going to be 16 million. So there should be a lot more out there.
They're ready to meet the demand.
Yeah. They've made their money off it. Now they're going to meet the demand.
Yeah. I saw a number the other day, or maybe today, that was talking about how many copies of Breath of the Wild for the Switch sold. Yeah. And basically, I think that if I remember correctly, the number was 89% of the people who bought a Switch bought Breath of the Wild with it.
Well, yeah, of course. Yeah. It's a no-brainer. Why would you buy it otherwise? Yeah. In my opinion, okay, we have played some other games on it.
Yeah.
And they are good. But I would not have got it if it wasn't for Zelda.
Yeah, same here.
The
main reason I want it is so I can play Zelda all the time.
Yeah, and it's good. And today
good.
I was traveling a little bit. We went out to eat, and it was like an hour drive there, an hour back. And I was thinking about not going because I was like, I just want to play Zelda today. I don't want to go anywhere. And I was like, oh wait, I can have both. So I took it with me, and the whole way there I played, and the whole way back I played, and it was great.
Yeah. I did the same thing last weekend. You were very generous to me, and you let me we were traveling taking our mom out for her birthday, and it was going to take a little time, so you let me play the Breath of the Wild the whole way there and the whole way back, which was very kind of you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
That's it. You're not getting any more.
It's making me want it more.
Yeah.
You're like I'm saying thank you as a crack addict who you keep giving crack to. And I thank you for giving me the crack.
Here, have a little slice of a little more. A little more.
No.
A little more.
I don't want it. But I want it. I don't know.
Here.
You're killing me. You're killing me.
Now I'm going to take it away for a week. Now, in 2 weeks, I'll bring it back to you.
Give it to me. I need
it. You got to pay.
Oh, no. I don't have monies. What do I got to do to get monies? Maybe I should perform services to get Switch money.
I just need that Switch money.
I need that Switch money. That's all I need. Just one Switch and then I'm good. I'm done.
One Switch and done. One Switch and done.
One and done.
Yeah. But yeah. So we played some new games on it.
Yes, we did.
This weekend.
Yes, we did.
We got Snipperclip.
Yeah, which you had heard of, but I had seen a video of, and I'm like, have you seen this? And you're like, well, I saw something about it, but Zelda. I don't care about anything else. And I'm like, no,
Well,
but you gotta check this out.
Actually, all I had seen was that it was on the eShop. That's all I knew about it.
Oh, okay. So
It was one of the 9 games on the eShop.
Yeah, so when you were going to play Zelda, you caught a glimpse of it.
Yeah, basically. Well, no, it was
yeah.
like, oh, let's see what's on the eShop. Okay, I don't know what any of this is, or I know what this is, and I'm just gonna play Zelda.
Yeah. But and I don't think I would have gotten you to get it. I had seen a video. I'm like, oh, this looks really fun, and then I was like, it's only $20, and you're like, Zelda, and I'm like, well, okay. But then we saw there was a demo.
Yeah.
So we checked that out, and what did you think?
I liked it. It's a lot of fun.
It's a lot of fun. It's a cool little game.
Yeah. If I'm gonna complain at all about it, it's that it's small.
Well,
and it's only a $20 game, so it's cheap.
Yeah.
It's really not bad. But it has like 3 groups of puzzles, and we went through the whole thing in like 2 hours.
Yeah. After we played the demo, you were like, you know what? And I decided I was gonna stay a little longer, and you were like, okay, let's get it. And then you got it, and we played through the whole thing, or at least all of the 2-player puzzles, the 1-2-player puzzle.
Yeah. Yeah, we did all the 2-player puzzles, and there's a 2 to 4-player group.
Yeah.
So I guess technically we could have done more. We could have hopped over here, but I don't know if it's different puzzles or what. I didn't look at those.
Yeah.
But
so there's still material to explore.
Yeah, and hopefully maybe they'll come out with more for it later, which I doubt, but without paying more. But there will be a sequel to it, I'm sure, because it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and even then, I don't think they fully explored everything you could do with that. Like, it feels like they did a lot of, like, they set up this little situation where you have these 2 characters that are, like, cutting pieces out of each other and making shapes and performing action, and they came up with all these cool little things you could do with it, but it felt like that each of those things could have been mined heavily. Like, you could have had, like, a dozen puzzles doing just one of those things, and then getting more and more advanced with it, as opposed to just, doing a couple of. Most time you did like 2 that way, and then you moved on to another type of puzzle, which they kept showing up in new ways to things you could do, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun. It was well worth the $20.
Yeah.
I'll probably try to get my cousins in on it, and we'll play it some. And it's a lot of fun. But otherwise, I've been playing Zelda, and that's about it.
Yeah.
It's funny because like Graham was talking about, he was originally going to get. He had pre-ordered the new Mass Effect game.
Yeah.
And
Mass Effect
he canceled
Andromeda,
it because
it comes out next week. Yeah. Or this week, I guess.
I think it came out this last week.
Was it last? I thought it was this week. No, I think it's this week. I don't think it's coming
really
week.
know.
Like the week this episode. I think it's the Tuesday after this episode airs. I think.
Well, I'm not really 100% sure. I didn't play any of the Mass Effect games.
You didn't play any of them?
No.
Not even like a little bit?
I played a little bit of one of them.
Oh.
But not enough to actually get into it.
I played them a lot. I liked them. A lot.
And it was one of those things where I was like, oh, I should play this, and then I never did.
Yeah, I kind of decided, I wasn't really paying attention to the new Mass Effect. Because I was kind of, with everything else out and all the other games I have, I was just kind of like, I don't need another one. I don't need another big game. And so I was just kind of ignoring it and hoping it would go away. But, so I don't really know much about it other than it's a new kind of franchise or whatever within the same franchise. But from what I've seen, apparently there's a lot of hoopla about the animation.
Apparently the animation's really bad. It's really funny, but it's really funny. Bad.
It's good for comedy, but not good for a quality game. And that might just be some extreme cases. I don't know. I'm on the fence. On the one hand, I'm intrigued by it. I like Mass Effect. I would not mind playing more of those types of games. I just don't want to know if it's worth spending the $60 it's going to be for me to get it.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I think I have some friends at work who are going to get it, so maybe I can at least through them find out is it any good, and maybe I'll decide if I'll get it down the line.
Yeah. That's always a good way to go.
Yeah.
Wait someone else to tell you, oh, it's not good, don't buy it. And they've already spent the money, and you don't have to spend the money.
Exactly. I like that. I like those situations. Though, I talked about Gone Home last weekend, right?
Yeah.
And
did you?
I think so, yeah. Did I?
No, we
Did I
didn't. We
not?
didn't talk about it. No.
Oh, well, let me talk
No.
about Gone Home. I played Gone Home.
Yeah.
You
just
because
got
I didn't
it
get
this-
it till this week. Okay.
I was going to say, you just got it this week. There's no way you could have talked about
I
it.
imagined me talking about it. Okay, well, there's another game I played. I played a game called Gone Home. It's been around for a little while.
Yeah.
And it's a really good game. Like, I got a friend of mine had an extra copy from a Humble Bundle, and so he sent it over to me. And so I checked it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna play this, and it's a couple hours to play through it. And so I played it, and it's just as what they call a walking simulator, more or less. And it's got some little puzzle things, but you're basically kind of moving through an environment and then learning about these people and this character you are and her sister and the family who you've shown up home and nobody's there. And then through a bunch of reasons that like you find out as you go through, and it starts off, it's really eerie because there's a storm going on. You're in a house you've never been in because they moved into this house after you went away and then came back. And it's this great little story about people kind of learning who they are and kind of self-exploration and finding out about their family, the things that they didn't know. And it's really good. It's got some really good depth to it. I don't want to give away too much, but it kind of almost feels like it sets it up to be like maybe it's a thriller and maybe it's going to be some kind of horror element because it gets kind of creepy at some parts and you're going, oh shit, and you're going through this huge house that's got some history to it, and it's really cool, and I highly recommend it. I think it's only like $20 on Steam, so if you like that kind of thing, I highly recommend it. It's really good. It's got a great story.
If you were on PlayStation 4 a couple months ago, they gave it away for free. So
Yeah.
I have it. I haven't played it.
Yeah, you should play it. You need to play it.
Oh.
Because it's really good. It's a really great story. It pulls the heartstrings, Dudley, just a little bit. Even those as cold-hearted as yourself.
I remember when it came out, there was a lot of discussion about it and about how good it is and how it's like has some emotion involved. And I was intrigued, but I never got around to it. And then I'm glad because I got it for free.
Yeah, I was the same way. I heard how a lot of people saying it was a really good story and that it got some recognition. And then I was like, oh, I should check it out. And then I kind of forgot about it because I'm always overwhelmed with the number of games that are coming out. And so I'm trying to stay hip, trying to keep up. And it's one of the ones that fell through the crack. But luckily, it came back around to me thanks to a friend. And so. But it's funny because now that I've added that game to my Steam list, I look at my store and it's all the recommendations are entirely atmospheric and walking sim games, like a whole bunch of them, and all of them like it's like I play Dear Esther. Yeah, which is the same kind of thing, and I liked it a lot. It was a pretty game at the time, and it's cool. And I was like, okay, it's a cool little game, and it's stuff like that. But I'm always intrigued by it because they're heavily focused on story and in really cool looking environments. It may not be just super graphically good, but they have a style to them, and they're really cool. And so I see all of these, and I'm like, oh, that one looks cool. Oh, this one looks intriguing. Oh, this one looks cool. But they're all like $15, $20, $25 games, and I'm like, I can't get all of these. But one of them completely caught my interest, and I may end up getting it.
What's it called?
It's called Quern.
Quern. Spell that.
Quern. Undying Thought. Quern. Okay. Undying Thought. And the vibe I get is Myst. There's no way that these people aren't Myst fans when they made this game. Because it looks like kind of a story-heavy walking sim with puzzles, like cool little technology puzzles that somehow I think they build upon each other or something like that. Looks really cool. You should check it out and tell me that you don't see Myst. Good. And that's pretty much it. It was
I won't do that right away.
Yeah, because you don't want to be hooked. You don't want to be sucked in.
No, I played Myst a little bit, but I didn't get sucked into it like you did.
You didn't play no Myst.
Oh, I like Myst. I like the concept of Myst.
Who are you? You're no brother of mine. You didn't play Mass Effect. You didn't ever play through Myst.
Okay.
Yeah. You're just disappointing me, Dudley.
I am. I'm quite a disappointment to everybody.
Yep. No, not everybody. Mostly me. I'm sure some people think, oh, that guy's a stand-up guy. He's doing things. I'm sitting here going, you fucker, you didn't play Myst.
I don't think anyone is saying that at all.
I'm totally saying that. I'm saying it right now. Why aren't you playing Myst?
Well, that's not what I'm talking about.
Oh.
I'm talking about the other part of that.
No, I'm sure there's some people that respect you and think highly of you. I'm not one of them. Don't let you because you didn't play through Myst.
I seriously doubt there's little respect coming my way. Anyway, shall we get into some news before we run out of time?
Hold on a second. Let me make sure there was nothing else I wanted to talk about. Where's my notes?
Yeah.
No, don't go. You close. I didn't mean to open
So you're just rambling, right? So you weren't even looking at your notes. You were just rambling through.
I had switched over to check on the levels, Dudley, because I'm a professional.
That's not important.
And then I went back. I'm going back to my notes. I think we covered everything. I mean, there's always the tides. I hadn't played as much this time. Torment Tides of Numenera. I haven't played it much this week as I was planning to, but I do intend to play it a bunch more later. Yeah. But so more of that later, I'm sure. But otherwise, I think we covered everything that we played.
Okay.
To
the news.
News.
There's not a lot. There's not a lot this week, but there's some stuff we can talk about.
Yeah.
Particularly the Switch. I saw something interesting.
Yeah.
So people have been scratching the screen of their Switch.
Yeah. I saw
just
something
putting
about
it
that,
in the docking station.
Yeah.
And that concerns me a little bit.
Yeah.
So I've been extra careful putting it in the docking station, just out of making sure I don't rub it or anything. But I did see some people have come up with a solution.
Yeah.
And it's basically not using the docking station as a dock.
Yeah.
They get the Switch stand thing. That the Switch will sit on, and it just sits on it, and you can plug into it, but it's kind of a little incline thing. And then they take that, and then they get a USB-C type extension cord.
Okay.
And they plug that into that, and then they plug that into the dock.
Oh, okay.
So they can still do TV mode and everything, but they don't have to worry about sliding it in.
Okay.
So that kind of grabbed my interest, so I might try that out.
Yeah.
At some point, if I get I have to buy the stand.
How about an alternative? I've seen this alternative. You could get a stocking. I hear there are people using pantyhose. You could go get you an egg and crack it open and put that over it and protect it that way.
That is an option, but there's another one where people have designed and created their own little covers that go over the front that are different themes. So I saw a Zelda one, and it's handmade. I don't know if that fits perfectly over the front of the docking station.
Oh yeah.
So you can it looks like a sleeve over it.
Yeah. You can do some
people have made their own.
Yeah, that's what
it's kind of cool.
Cool.
And I was like, that's kind of neat.
That's nice.
I'm not that creative with cloth, so I may see if I can buy one of these things.
Yeah, or
because that's a cheaper route, I think, than buying a stand and then the cord and then rigging all that up and everything costs money.
Yeah. At least you have a Switch. Let's.
I'm trying to keep my Switch from getting damaged.
Yeah, that's true. I found myself, I liked playing it on a TV, but I did find myself, other than, sometimes my hand gets a little uncomfortable, but once I kind of got used to holding it, it wasn't too bad. But I found myself just wanting to treat it like a portable all the time. Just, lay up in bed or lay out on the couch and play. So I found myself going, I don't need a docking station. I guess I do
both.
to charge it.
Yeah, that's how you charge it. Or you can just plug it in. I mean,
Yeah.
the cord plugs straight to it. But
Yeah.
I do both. So usually when I'm at home, I'll do it. But sometimes I'll take it and go sit in the living room and just, try to be a little more social while I'm playing.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I play on my TV.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Mm-hmm. What other news you got?
But speaking of games, so, we talked about the cases, they don't have booklets in them. Like, Nintendo didn't put any booklets in the game.
No manuals.
There is one game that's coming with a booklet, and that's Binding of Isaac. Rebirth.
Yeah. They're putting it out on
whatever it's called. Is it? Yeah, that's coming out or is out on Switch. And it has a booklet, and it looks pretty nice. I saw some pictures of it online, and it's like a traditional booklet.
So
and it gives you kind of.
I guess it's optional. It's what the developers would want to put in there or not.
Well, I assume it's always been optional, but it's one of those things where it's just kind of one of those things that just have gone away.
I mean, it's just been going away. I mean, like, PC games used to come in ginormous box with huge booklets and
those were the days,
not a thing.
man.
And now they just come with PDFs that, show you that stuff, or you just look it up.
And Zelda didn't come with any booklet. And it tells you nothing. You just jump right in.
It seems like, DVDs and, like, the physical copies of, like, Xbox games always just came with a bunch of junk and promotional stuff rather than anything that, like, was more or less useful. It was just like, here, a promotional code to try out, get a demo of this, or buy this game, or whatever. You like this, buy this shit. And that seems like mostly what it...
And that's kind of what it turned into for a while.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of got where digital is taking over physical copies, so...
I mean, like we've talked about, I don't buy physical copies of games very often anymore.
It depends on what it's for, but mostly I try to.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially for the Nintendo stuff, I like having physical copies.
Yeah.
PC, it's all digital. I haven't bought a PC game non-digital in a while. I think the last one I bought was Heart of the Swarm.
Yeah.
I bought a physical copy of it. Which I think just was just a code, and then it downloaded it anyway, so it was kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Silly.
Yeah.
But, so there's that. And also, I had something else. Let me pull my notes back up. Oh, no, that was it. That was it on the Switch.
No, okay.
There's another game I saw that intrigued me. And I think it will intrigue you as well.
Okay.
It's in early alpha, like pre-alpha, so it's still early stages. But the good thing is it's free.
That pushes me back a little bit. Okay. But it's free. Okay, well, I'm back up. Okay.
No money. No money needed.
Okay. What is it?
It is a simulator.
Okay.
It is PC Building Simulator.
I saw this. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the Switch? Or is it just on
No,
PC?
no, this is not a Switch. This is a PC game. I moved on from the Switch.
Okay, sorry.
This is PC.
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah. And as an IT professional, I thought it might be fun to do what I do for a living.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things where, like, I could see this being good.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's there yet, and I may try, if I get some free time and don't feel like playing Zelda, I may download it and try. No, I haven't.
I went to download it to check it out, and it's free, but it's like pay what you want. But the first thing popped up was $1, and I didn't know if I could just put 0 in there and it would give it to me anyway. So I'm not 100% sure it's completely free. It might be like $1. But
my mistake.
I got sidetracked and didn't check it out. I was gonna just go, let's see if I put put 0 on here, will it let me still download it? But I didn't get around to doing it. But
I didn't actually click the link, so I just went to the website and saw, download the Windows, and I was like, okay, cool. And then I just went on, and I was like, I'll check that out later. So it might cost money.
It made me laugh though because the game description is like building a computer is hard. I'm like, it's not that hard. I was like,
not that hard.
I've built, I don't know, half a dozen or more computers in my lifetime, and only a few of them stressed me out. For the most part, they weren't. For the most part, they were breezes. Like as long as you do your research and you make sure you get all the right parts that match each other. It's not hard. It's not it's not rocket science.
I could see this being a good educational tool.
Yeah,
so someone
definitely.
who wants to build their own computer, if it doesn't necessarily, is nervous about it, and they can watch this and do it.
I can understand that.
But honestly, nowadays building a computer is so easy.
Yeah, I mean, even
so
back when we
now.
did it, it was when we started, it was a little more stressful. It was a little easier to break stuff. But even then, I just jumped into it. I didn't know what I was doing. I just jumped into buying parts and threw it together, and it worked. And then that did nothing else but made me more confident in doing it. And I've rebuilt my own computer, 6 or 7 times, and I've built computers for other people, which I don't usually do anymore.
It's one of the things where it's like,
I had a bad experience on one of the last ones I did for someone else, and it just a lot of stuff went wrong for it, and I just it stressed me out too much. I'm like, I don't need this.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it either. If it's for myself, I'm all for it. For someone else, just pay someone else to do it.
I'm more, and then, I mean, if Graham Ham came to me and was like, I need help, I would help him, because he's Graham Ham.
Yeah, of course.
And I love him. But, but, the rest of you smucks, no.
Did you see the deal about Monopoly?
No.
So Monopoly replaced some of its original pieces.
Oh,
you don't care.
Yeah.
You don't care.
I did see that, and on the one hand, I find it hard to care. I mean, I like Monopoly, all right, but I've moved on to better things,
bigger and better things. Yeah. It's not a perfect game by any means. It has a lot of problems. And I agree with that.
Yeah.
But it's part of my childhood, and I like it.
Yeah. I saw it. What were the pieces? It seemed like really random, weird choices.
Okay, there was a voting system. They did this whole thing where you voted to pick to replace any and all pieces of the original set. And so basically what happened was 3 of the original pieces got removed.
Okay.
So the thimble, the wheelbarrow, and the shoe all are gone.
I like the shoe.
The shoe is gone.
The other 2 I don't care about. The shoe's cool.
Yeah. And they have been replaced with a T-Rex, a penguin, and a ducky.
A lot of animals.
Yeah,
that's
all
weird.
animals.
2 birds.
You have to realize, though, this was picked by the internet.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't a walking penis.
Well, it was like they made designs for all of them. It was not like, make your own, and then we would have ended up with a lot of penises.
Yeah, just write in your own options, and it would just be nothing but penis. Penis.
Yeah, no.
Penis.
Yeah.
Cthulhu penis.
Yeah. The T-Rex, I don't think looks that good. The penguin and the ducky are kind of cute. I kind of like those.
Yeah, but it's like a rubber ducky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like a rubber ducky.
Oh, okay.
So it's not
I think that's
actual
better.
animal.
Yeah.
But
all right.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny.
So that's kind of...
It's kind of interesting. I guess it's kind of cool that they were trying to engage people to play. Play
they do it every once in a while. They did it a couple years ago with the. They removed one of them and replaced it with a cat.
Oh yeah.
Again, the internet chose, so of course it was a cat.
Obviously a cat.
Yeah.
It's like Bodie McBoatface.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna get weird, pointless stuff. I'm sure there were better options than the ones that won.
Yeah.
But, the internet has spoken.
Yeah. You're opening Pandora's box by throwing it to the internet. It may be okay, and you may get some off-the-wall stuff.
Yeah.
Well, is there any other news you want to talk about?
No, really.
Okay.
It was pretty light week of news, and I didn't really read them because I was playing Zelda.
Yeah, I see how it is.
Like, I was like, I gotta read some stuff real quick. I spent 20 minutes looking at news and then went back to playing Zelda.
Yeah. We did, real briefly, I know this is not what we cover in the show, but we did go see Get Out, Jordan Peele's new movie. And all I'm going to tell people is get out and see it. It's really good.
Yeah.
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 It's really,
good.
really good.
Go see it.
It's great.
Good movie.
It's a great movie.
Good movie.
I highly recommend it.
If this was a show, we would have spent the whole episode talking about it.
Yeah, we would have spent the entire episode talking about it. But yeah, it's really good. Go see it.
It's really good. Everyone should see it. It's very good.
And when you're done seeing the movie, come back, go to your computer, go to our website at www.deafandumb.com. That's DEAFNDUMB.com. You'll find all our episodes there. You'll find links to our various social medias. You can also find a link to subscribe to us on iTunes. Please do, and please rate us if you feel so inclined. And
yes, please.
Yeah, and we would appreciate it. Please, show your support of our weird hobby. And we'll keep putting out new episodes every Monday, once a week, every Monday. And thank you very much for listening. I'm Dan May.
And I'm Dudley May, and this has been Deaf and Dumb.